There are tons of companies laying off thousands of employees.
Amazon is planning to lay off 10,000 employees.
The company terminated a large number of contracts.
Tech layoffs have more than doubled. Could it be an indicator of what's to come in the labor market?
And that's exactly why I decided to share 14 online business ideas you could start right now with $0. So finally, you can do something for yourself that you control. And we're not going to talk about any of those weird, easy ways to make money like doing surveys or testing apps or playing games, because obviously those do not work. I'm going to show you real online businesses you can start today that, to be honest, I would even start if I was looking to make extra money or unfortunately got laid off by one of these companies. And on top of that, if you watch the 14 business ideas and you think that I've missed something that you know works really, really well right now, leave a comment down below and I'm going to be giving away $100 to the best comment with the best business idea to start. And I'll be sharing the proof of actually sending the money on my Instagram as well. So if you want to follow me there, you'll be able to see that too. And before we dive into the business ideas, you'll notice that they actually all have a central theme. And essentially it's finding a successful person or a successful business, figuring out what their problems are and things that they need help with, and figuring out a way to provide value and solve their problems. And once you can do that, you can make a lot of money. So essentially what it is the complete opposite of what everyone's doing now with the whole Fiverr economy, essentially where they will do anything for, $5. They'll do 5,000 times, come do complete work, but kind of work on scale. What I think is the best way now and the future is to essentially find just a few handful of people that you can do a really, really good job with and have a disproportionate leverage to make a lot more money. Get really good at these business models and you will do very, very well. So let's dive into the first one, which is UGC. And that's just creating user-generated content for different brands and companies. It's actually crazy how much money people make in this field. Basically, all you do is brands will send you out products and you film 30, 45, or like a minute long video kind of talking about the product and selling. You've probably seen tons of this kind of content online before. And believe it or not, you can get good at this. This can become a skill. Of course, you're going to need to do some research on the target markets and figure out what they're actually looking for and convey the selling points in the video. The better you can get at this, the more money people will pay you. And I actually just had to hire about 5 or 6 of these UGC content creators and you'd be surprised at how much they make, how much they charge. On average, $200 or $250 a video for a 30-second clip. So if you can do really good work, build up your repertoire, videos actually convert to sales, you can make a lot of money doing this. The second business is repurposing long form content from like podcasts and YouTube videos and moving that onto short form content like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and even TikTok, obviously. Now, the problem with this is that so many people are doing this right now. And to really have any sort of success here, you need to be very, very good at editing. You need to find engaging clips and make sure that what you're putting out there is actually valuable. If you want to do this and be taken seriously and get actual attention, you're gonna need to do really, really good work. Probably do a lot of work for free to show what you can actually do. The third business is graphic designer. If you have any experience with Photoshop or graphics and stuff like that, this is actually something that almost every single company needs, from creating banners to ads and all sorts of stuff. Having a good graphic designer is almost a must in any business. The thing is though, most people are going to suck at any business I'm going to mention here. 99.9% of people are complete shit. But if you take the time to learn, you scour the internet, you spend all your days learning and working, and that's all you do is work or learn, you're going to get really, really good at it. And eventually you're going to be able to charge some pretty high prices. The fourth business you can start is a YouTube channel. Obviously, this one is quite saturated. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. But if you are truly interested about something or have knowledge about something that the average person doesn't have, you can easily monetize the channel. Forget about the AdSense stuff. Think about a way to monetize the channel. So if you're doing fitness channel, you can sell protein. If you're doing a cooking channel, you can sell a cookbook. Figure out exactly how you're going to monetize the channel before you start doing it, because YouTube is one of the ones that take the most amount of work here. It will take you a very, very long time to start making money, but it is a very, very good opportunity and it does scale very well. Number 5 is video research assistant or a script writer. I didn't even know this existed, but essentially it's people who help other people create videos and script their content. And with the amount of YouTube channels that are popping up nowadays, people have a real need for this. And if you are good at keeping audience engaged and telling stories, this could be a perfect opportunity for you. Number 6 business you can start is become a video editor for YouTube channels or literally anything. I actually recently hired a video editor that is absolutely amazing. It was very, very difficult to find someone good, but if you are good or if you get really, really good, you can make a lot of money with something like this as well. Again, a lot of people need good editing and there aren't a lot of good editors out there. Number 7 is a thumbnail creator. I actually, again, just hired a thumbnail guy to do my content here as well. Again, if you can do really good work, have a good CTR, which is a click-through rate, which means that when people see the video, they actually click and watch the video. You can make a lot of money there too, because these are all performance-based things, right? If there's a lot of people who click on the video, you can charge a lot higher prices because obviously you can show the customer, hey, look, before you had a 5% click-through rate, and now after I started doing your thumbnails, you're getting 15% click-through rate. Obviously, something I'm doing is working. I would like to charge a high price for it. Number 8 business, which is copywriter. This is actually one that I think can make the most amount of money out of the entire list that I mentioned. And it's because your work is actually directly proportionate to the amount of sales that a business will make. Basically, what a copywriter does is they write out the copy, which is the words on a website or in a email, basically anywhere where products are sold. And it's a way to persuade the person to actually buy the product. Basically, any brand's website that you go to, they've probably had a copywriter write their sales copy, meaning that whatever you're reading on the website was meticulously created to make sure that the brand has the highest chances to turn you into a customer. And if 100 people come to a website and 2 people buy, then they have a 2% conversion. And if you can turn that 100 people into 4 people buying instead of 2, well, then you've increased the conversion. Therefore, you've made them a ton more money and you can get a lot of money for yourself as well. Like I said, almost all of these are very performance based, and the better you are, the more you can charge. Number 9 is website designer or a funnel builder. I think like 99% of websites out there are really shit. And if you are able to, again, do good work, build funnels, build websites that actually look good, you can charge a lot of money for that. There are people charging tens of thousands of dollars just for one website. And the only reason this works is if people go on your website and purchase the products, you have a direct relationship to the money. The better the website, the more it's going to sell and the more money you're going to make. Figure out what makes a good website. Figure out what the sales process is. If you can implement those things into the website and the funnel building, you're going to do really well. And to be honest, this would be in my top 3 out of the list here. I think this would be one of the ones I would really take into consideration because a lot of people need funnels or websites, and most of the ones that you can buy on Fiverr or Upwork are just templates made by people who don't really care or don't really know what they're doing. And if you can just go from good to great, that makes a big difference. Number 10 is conversion rate optimization. And we talked a little bit about this with the websites and with the copy, but essentially what these people do is they get hired by different brands to look at the website and try to figure out what elements and what things they can change or improve to increase that conversion rate, to increase the amount of people who actually end up purchasing from the website. Now, obviously you do need to understand what works and what doesn't to pull this off. And a piece of advice I can give here, if you are, deciding to go down this road, is don't just be the ideas guy. Most people in this space, in the CRO space, are just ideas guys. They're going to look at the thing, they're going to tell you, yeah, move this here, move that there, you should change the picture to this, there, like that, or they give you a design. They don't actually do the work on the website to improve it or to actually implement the changes that they've talked about. They basically just say, go hire someone to make this. If you can build a brand or kind of a business or an agency that does basically the CRO and then also implements the changes onto the website, that could be a great differentiation because nobody really does that. So don't just be the ideas guy, try to get the implementation in there as well. And another tip I can give for those still watching to this part is to make sure to niche down in whatever it is that you're doing. Find a specific niche. For example, if you're going to be creating websites or funnels, specialize in something, specialize in e-commerce. So that way you can go get really good at what works with e-com and then show other, e-commerce stores, hey, look, this is what I've done with this e-com store. Look what I can do with yours. If you're creating content or repurposing content, find a niche. If you're going to do the business space or the finance space, so then work with finance people. Be like, look what I've done here. This is what I can do for you as well. Because back in 2017, when I was looking at different businesses to start, I saw a company that worked with only dentists and they created websites for just dentists. They knew exactly what dentists needed. They knew exactly what converted and what sold. Basically, they could charge massive prices because they would go to one dentist, they would do his job, sales would go up, and they can go to another guy and be like, look, listen, we specialize in dentists and this is what we can do for you. Basically, they were able to charge high prices and actually probably work less because they don't have to learn what works in every market, just get really good at one market. Now, before we move into the last 4 businesses, which I think are really awesome, if you got any value from this video, if you enjoyed it at all, or even if it got some gears moving in your head where you're starting to think about different businesses you can start, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future posts like this. I talk about all sorts of things like e-com, business, and especially Amazon FBA as well. I think you'll enjoy it. So now let's move on to number 11, which is becoming a media buyer. Basically, what these people do is they run paid ads for companies. And I'd be really careful with this one if you don't know what you're doing because you can get in over your head very quickly here. With this one, I think you probably should have some experience in advertising before moving into a business like this, but definitely it's one of the ones you can earn a ton of money in because a lot of the times it can be performance based. If you do a really good job and you make the company a lot of money, you can even go on to a profit sharing basis where you get a small cut of the profits from any sales that come from ads. Overall, I think this is a difficult one to start because it has a big learning curve, but I thought I'd mention it here because I think it's still a really great business. Number 12 is email and content writing. I think this one is a little bit less profitable than the script writing or even the copywriting, but for those people who maybe don't have a lot of sales experience and don't know how to write sales copy that actually works, if you're skilled in creative writing, I think this can be really good for you as well. The 13th business idea is becoming a translator. If you speak English and some other language, you can use that to make money. Personally, I was working on a product in China and I wanted to make sure that the factory knew exactly what I I needed with the exact specifications. So we hired a translator, and it was an ongoing work where we paid the translator to work with the factory and us to make sure that we get what we want. I also hired a translator once working in Pakistan, and we paid that person well too. The companies always need translators, and if you can do a good job either translating documents or in communications, this is also a really good business for those who have a second or even third language. The 14th and last business is probably the one that you can make the most money out of this entire list, and it's becoming a high ticket closer. These people hop on the phone with prospective customers, they talk to them, and they try to figure out if they're a good fit for the business. Now, if they decide that they are, the job of the closer is to then persuade the customer to purchase. Most of the time, these high ticket closers sell programs and all sorts of different stuff that, cost thousands of dollars to be a part of. And if you learn the skill of sales, you can make a ton of money that way. They get paid in commissions, about 20% of the sale price. This is probably the only business out of all of these that you'd probably have to work for a company to do. But if you're a good salesman, no one's ever gonna let you go. The key to this one is to really believe in what you're selling. Don't just go out and sell anything just because it has a high commission. Sell something that you believe in and you truly value. So those were the 14 online business ideas. And like I always say here on the channel, everything works. Just pick something, stay persistent, and get really good at it. And again, if I missed any online business that you know that works really well right now, leave a comment down below, and the best comment with the best business idea will get $100, and I will transfer that through PayPal and show the proof on Instagram, like I said. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.